So let's say, for example, that the terms are accepted, okay? And we call that offer accepted. That's time to celebrate. That means that the house that you love, you submitted the offer and the seller chose you. They want to sell their house to you. You did all of the right things. You got pre-approved by a licensed mortgage loan officer. You submitted an offer, it got accepted. So now what? What's the next step? So generally what happens is you or your real estate agent will share that information with me so I can go ahead and start the mortgage process right away, because you'll find that in the contract, there are going to be timelines that you have to meet. There are contingency dates, and your earnest money deposit, which is something you're going to have to actually provide within a few days of getting into a purchase contract. That money then becomes on the line to make sure that you are going to make all of the dates that are necessary to close the transaction on time. So once I find out your offer is accepted, I will reach out to you. I will go over what updated items that we're going to need in order to submit your loan into underwriting. So that is the next step. I submit your loan into underwriting, and approvals are very, very quick. Usually I can get an approval in just a day or two. When that approval comes back from the underwriter, they're going to have additional conditions or items that I'll need to get from you, the client, in order to satisfy the underwriter's approval. So the underwriter does a deep dive into the guidelines of what mortgage program we chose for you to go into. Now, with my experience, I know the guidelines, so I generally know what information the underwriter is going to ask for. So I may ask that from you up front, knowing it's coming. But sometimes, because I'm not an underwriter, there are some things that I don't know are in the guidelines. So the underwriter will ask me for information that I'm going to have to get from you. I will ask you that whether it's me or another loan officer, tell you your loan is approved and tells you the items that you need to provide them, you want to get it done quick. Because one of the contingency periods that I talked about is saying that you're totally clear and your loan is good and there are no conditions left for underwriting. So you want to get that information over to your loan officer as quickly as possible. So while you're doing that and collecting those items on the back end, we're ordering your appraisal, we're getting information from the title company and from the escrow company. We're sending you what are called upfront disclosures that you're going to have to sign digitally. So there's a lot of moving parts within that time period of your loan getting submitted and then it getting approved. So once the loan is approved, we're going to wait for your appraisal to come in, for you to do your inspection with your real estate agent. They'll go over that with you. And once we have all of the things gathered that we need to have a complete package, what we do is we actually send that back up to underwriting. And that's what's called asking for a clear to close. It's asking the underwriter, can we have a clear to close your loan? And so that's the best part of the process, right? Because once we send it to an underwriter and they clear to close the file, that means that now we can order your loan documents. So again, you will have communication with me and my team throughout this entire process. And if you're not working with me, you want to make sure, again, you ask your loan officer, what are you going to do to provide me updates? How are you going to communicate with me? When should I expect them? With me, every single milestone, you're going to get an update. Your realtor will get an update. The seller's agent will get an update. It's so important to keep everybody informed throughout the process. So once we get clear to close, we do a little happy dance, and then I order the loan documents with our closing team. Once the loan documents are ordered and ready, they're going to be sent to the escrow company. And the escrow company is a third-party company that will prepare those documents for a notary to sign with you. So we will tell you that the loan documents are out. You're going to be contacted by the escrow company. You're going to set a time with a notary. You're going to bring your driver's license that you provided to me up front a couple of videos ago. And then you're going to sign your loan documents. There's a bunch of pages, right? So don't be alarmed, but there's a good amount of pages. So you're going to want to leave yourself some time, obviously, to go through them. The notary will help explain any questions that you have. With my clients, I'm always available by phone when you're signing your loan document. So just in case something comes up that you're unaware of, or you just forgot to ask, or you don't remember because there's so much information, you could just call me during the loan closing and I could walk you through it, because I'm sure it's something we talked about. It's really a lot of information in a very short period of time. So once you sign your loan documents, they will provide those back to the mortgage company, and the funder will go through them, the closer, and all of the conditions will get signed off. You're going to actually wire your money to the escrow company, the last amount of funds that you need to provide, and you'll know what that amount is. Once they receive those funds and we give clearance to go ahead and fund the loan, that means that basically we're done. So the title company will get that notification from us as the lender. They will then release the deed of trust to the county. And once that deed is recorded, that home is yours. That is when you actually will coordinate with your real estate agent to get the keys to your new home. And again, it's another happy dance. So I know it sounds like a lot, but I could tell you that we could close loans with the Schmidt team empowered by Nexa Mortgage in as little as 10 days, 12 days, 15 days. And the reason why is what I talked about in the first video. You want to work with a mortgage lender and with a company that is going to get your information up front from you, because it's going to help us when you find your home to close very, very quickly, which not only makes you competitive, it could save you money, and it will make sure that your earnest money deposit is not going anywhere, right? That's going towards the purchase. So I know this video is a little bit long, but it's important to understand the steps of the loan. If you have any questions whatsoever, again, feel free to reach out to me by phone, by email, whatever you want to do. And hopefully I'm going on this journey with you. But if not, I wish you the best of luck. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Talk to you soon.